Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Messy Knits. My name is Carlin. I live in New York. I live in Brooklyn, my wife and my cat, and I made this channel mostly to talk about knitting and give space to, I think a lot of people that post on YouTube about their knitting make space for lots of errors in it, but I think that was my intention starting this channel, was making sure that anything that I make usually has a ton of errors in it, is pretty messy, and I think that's sometimes what makes it fun as a craft, to kind of like make mistakes and learn from them. But yeah, so today I don't really have like a ton to talk about or show, but I did want to just kind of check in. I've been gone for a while now. I finished my summer semester for graduate school, and that really just kind of took it out of me. And then I ended up going on 2 trips, one with friends to Cape Cod and one with my family, my in-laws, to Cape May, New Jersey, which both of those places were the first time I'd ever been, both Capes. And I had a really great time. It was beautiful. I got to go to the beach a lot, which is like my favorite thing to do. And yeah, I think I will probably enter a few clips of those travels at the beginning or the end of this video. So that's where I was. Before I left, I did a lot of sewing, not so much knitting, but I made a few things. I made a skirt. I made another clo bias skirt by Soften Studios. I made a tank top, this summer camisole by Paradise Patterns. I made another shirt that's like the linen top or something like that. And I made my wife a pair of pants. And yeah, I got to wear all those things on my trip, both my trips, which was awesome. I think I've like tipped the scales into the things that I'm wearing are more things that I've made rather than bought, which is so exciting, and also like became a little bit embarrassing because I would like come out like ready to go, and my friend would be like, "Did you make that?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I made that." I don't know, after a while it's like, "Yeah, I made that and I made that." Like, I'm just crafty. Like I'm fishing for compliments or something, which was not the case. But yeah, so it was great to be able to wear some things that I've made on vacation, and both places I went were like so stunning and inspiring, and just so nice to get out of the city for a while. It's been a really long time, I feel like, that I've been out of the city. I've lived here for, I think, 6 years. Is that true? Yes, 6 years now. And one of the best things about living here, and this sounds like I shouldn't be living here, but is leaving and then coming back, because it's just so shocking. Like, everything is so different. It's so much quieter when you leave the city. Going to like big grocery stores and like CVS's is so fun, compared to like the city. Everything's like really, like small and condensed. But yes, in terms of knitting things, I thought I would have a lot more time to work on some projects, and I did not have that much time. I feel like I've entered kind of like a slump, because there were all these things that I wanted to cast on, and I really felt like I needed to finish my summer stuff first. I have 2 tops that I started, and that's just, it's not as fun when you like don't feel like you have the freedom to, you know, cast on something new. Which like I'm the one that's limiting that, but I still felt like it needed to be done. So one thing that was the probably like most frustrating project I've ever worked on, and I'm not done yet. I still have to weave in all my ends. I just found out that I can like look at what I can see on my watch. So if I'm checking that, that's why. Because I had tried filming this before and nothing was like in frame except for my face, like really up close. So anyway, sorry. Yeah, the Yoko top. I have been working on this top for probably like 6 months, and it's a wrap top. So you kind of make 2 tank tops and then you graft them together. And then there's just a ton of I-cord edging. So this probably doesn't make a ton of sense like this. Maybe I'll like include a little bit of me like trying it on, but maybe not. It's like this, if that makes any sense. Let's see if you can see that. Oh, it's frozen. Oh, okay, you can. Maybe you can. So I finally finished the second panel, which was so exciting. And then you have to go back, you have to do the I-cord edging. Okay, so that takes a long time, but then you're like, we're getting somewhere. We have to graft them together. The pattern says do Kitchener stitch. So I grafted them together. It said make the right sides facing. So that's what I did. And I did Kitchener stitch, and it took so long, and the seam was on the outside. So I don't really know. I probably did something wrong. I don't know. But the seam ended up on the outside, and I didn't know what to do. And I was so frustrated at this point that I was like, maybe I just won't fix it. Maybe I'll just make it look a little, maybe I'll just have to deal with it. And then I took like a few hours away from it and was like, fine, I'll undo it and redo it. And this time it also looked so wonky. So yeah, I should have redone it regardless, but I redid it. Pulling out like the little, like the bind off was the worst. It was so tedious. And then I decided I would do the 3 needle bind off, and that's so much quicker. Like it still took a while, but it was so much quicker. So that worked out. That looks so much better. Okay, so then you're nearing the end and you have to do the shoulder straps. What am I working with here? Okay, the shoulder straps. And they say, just sew it in. I don't really know what that meant. So I like looked at a few things, and then I decided to keep the stitches live and then do the Kitchener, and then pick up stitches on the inside and do Kitchener stitch. And then I went back and just kind of like, literally just MacGyvered it, stitched it through. It looks, doesn't look great, but I don't know how else I would have done it. So I do all this, and I do both, and then I realized that I had twisted the strap. So now I'm like really so insanely frustrated and like done with this top. But the other thing was that the straps were definitely too long. Like the shirt definitely has like some gaping in the bust area, so it is like a little bit immodest. That's kind of like not, I was trying to think of the word, that doesn't seem like the right word, but yeah, it's like, it's kind of, you wouldn't wear it to work. Like you would wear it maybe like on a fun night out with your friends. So yeah, I shortened the straps. So I decided to shorten the straps when I went back and fixed them. And it's a little bit better now. So I did it. I did that. Now it's done. I have to weave in all the ends. There are like 1 million to do. I just need some space from her, you know? So I don't want to even like look at her for a little bit, but that's my update. That's my major update. I'm so close to being done with that. And then I don't know where I put this, but it's probably around here somewhere. I'm not even gonna look for it. I'm almost done with the Traz new top, which is like stripes. I just have to do the straps, and that'll be great. When I finish that, I'm gonna be done with my summer knits and can finally move on to more like autumnal knits. I also today, as like a reward for slogging through, I hope you might be able to hear my neighbor upstairs. Slogging through the Yoko top, I decided to cast on a sock. And I haven't done a sock for a really long time. So this is the Lottie sock from 52 Weeks of Socks. So it's this. I don't know if should I not show this? I don't really know. Can you see that? You can see that. So the yarn I chose, when I was in Cape Cod, I went to this awesome yarn shop called Salt Yarn Studio, and it was like my dream yarn shop. It had everything. I went twice because I was so obsessed. Also, our car broke down, so I had to reward myself. Anyway, so I got this sock yarn there, which is hand dyed by someone I think that works at the yarn shop, and it's so pretty. It's like, it's a little bit more rainbow than I had expected. I don't know why I didn't expect that, because it is very rainbowy, but yeah, I literally just cast this on. I've only done the ribbing and then some of the striping. The two contrast colors I chose for the striping are these two colors. And yeah, I'm very excited about that. I feel like making socks is like a fun and fast and like satisfying thing. And my wife just bought these Birkenstocks, like the Boston ones, kind of like clog style, and I just feel like they would look so good with hand knit socks. Even though I'm making these for myself, I don't know, I wish I could wear them. They're a little too big, but maybe one day I'll be able to have my own pair and we can match. That would be cute. She would hate that. So, okay, so yeah, so I cast on this sock. Very excited. Other thing that I have to say about the sock is I've been using these circular needles, the ChowGoo circulars, and this has happened like 2 times where I've never had this happen with Magic Loop. You know how the patterns are always like, don't twist your stitches after you cast on and you connect it in the round. For some reason with the circular needles, and I don't know why, I have twisted them every single time. So if anyone knows the reason why that happens, please let me know in the comments. Because yeah, that's a bummer. So I had to cast on Magic Loop style, and I knitted a few rows and then I put them on the circulars. So, and it's crampy, you know? It's like crampy on the circulars, but it's also just moves so fast and you don't have to worry about, what's the word for that? I want to say jog, but I don't think that's right. But when you can see like the connection, that always really frustrates me. So the circulars really take care of that, and I have like the long needle. Oh, do I? Oh no, I do. Okay. I have the long needle on the right, my right hand, and the short one in my left hand, and I knit continental. There's something fluffy on my nose. I can't stop touching my nose. Anyway, sorry. I knit continental, so this is pretty, it's not bad. It's not the best, it's not bad though. And I'm getting used to it as I keep moving, so that's great. And like I said, like this has been like an hour of knitting, which I don't know if that's fast or slow, but to me it felt really satisfyingly quick. So yeah. Other updates that I got some yarn from the salt yarn studio. I got this, which is Mod Tosh. Is that right? Mad Tosh. Hand-dyed yarn, Great Gray Owl. And with this yarn, I want to make some more socks. I think I'm going to be making the little tabs. We love these, the Imker. I don't think I'll be making those, but I will be making the first one, which is the intersection sock. Yeah, and I just think they're so cozy, and I would want to wear them throughout the house, and yeah, just so cozy. Other yarn I got, actually Marissa, my wife, got this yarn. This is Simply Shetland, Colors of Scotland, silk lamb's wool, in the color Cregnish. Cregnish? I don't know how you say that in Scotland. Scottish. I don't know if Scottish is a language. Okay, Gaelic? That's Ireland. This is 59% silk noil, it's silk, and 41% Shetland lamb's wool. And so yeah, it's like silky, lamb's woolly, and I think it'd make a great shirt, you know, that you could wear all the time. It's such a pretty, like, neutral color. I don't normally go for like neutral colors, but she does. And then in my last video I talked about the pressed flowers shawl and how I had cast it on and I wasn't loving the colors because I was really looking for like a light green with like a bright pink-ish to really look like flowers on like the background of grass maybe. So I'd cast on like kind of a darkish green, darkish like purpley pink, and I didn't like it and I couldn't remember what it reminded me of, and it reminded me of Barney. And someone commented and was like, I think it's great and I think you should keep doing it with that color, which made me feel amazing. But I couldn't do it. I don't think I like it very much. It just reminds me of Barney. And my wife said she would like to use the green yarn. So yeah, she's gonna put it to good use. I've already made a vest out of it, so yeah. But while I was there, I picked up these colors, and I don't know if this is the correct weight. I also don't know if I have enough of this, but we're just gonna roll with the punches. It's so beautiful. This is it more close up. And this is called Peace Fleece. And it is 75% Navajo Rambouillet. Pronouncing things is hard today. And fine wool, and 25% mohair. It's 200 yards per 113 gram grams. So I think it's way heavier than, what is going on up there? Way heavier than the other yarn I was using, so hopefully that works out, but that will be up next when I finish my next cotton top. That's my next thing. And I got these really beautiful contrast yarns in like exactly the color I'm looking for. I'm thinking I'll probably fade one into the other or do like a little trade-off of them. This is Knitting Fever Painted Sky in the pure superwash Australian wool, 100% wool, 218 yards per 100 grams. Yeah, and I just think it's really pretty. It's kind of like striped. I don't know the word for that, but regardless, I think it's really going to achieve the effect that I'm looking for. Trying to think if there's anything else going on. But yeah, I think that's all I have to talk about. I'm going back to school. My semester starts tomorrow. And so I don't know how knitting will go, to be honest, but I don't know if I'm like good at keeping a schedule, but I will try to keep a schedule, and probably the next video I'll do will be a podcast. And my last podcast really kind of like blew up, which was so exciting. I had like 12 subscribers that I think were all my friends, and then now I have like 100. So that's so exciting. Yeah, so if you're new here, thank you for subscribing. And also, if you haven't subscribed, it would be great if you subscribed, because, I mean, you don't have to, but it feels really good. And I would love to hear from you guys if you want to leave comments. I love seeing them, and yeah, I think that's all that I have. Enjoy your end of summer, almost Labor Day, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. So thank you. All right.